I actually worked as a waiter in Daniel's bar. It's called Slanche. It was above the gym. I do consider them family. They did help me countless times. Start hanging with them a little bit and you're like, fuck, you know, I also want to live like this. I also want the nice car. I want the nice watch. It's not even about the material things, you know, because it's also the respect you get when you go to places. When it comes to Marv, man, all I can say is I have sniffed cocaine off his glass eye myself, you know what I mean? People act like they're gangsters until it's actually time to be a gangster. Problem is people sign up for the good times. They don't understand, or they don't want to understand that, like everything, like any business that you do, any company that you run, there'll be happy days and there'll be shit days. So you need to know what you're signing up and what's the consequence of. We was bringing large amounts of hash from Morocco to Spain. We got nicked. And the second time I went in, I am accused, which I'm innocent, but some guy said that they got shot in the legs and also in his balls. So there's where I started actually to change my body. I started walking around the yard. I stopped drinking Coca-Colas. I stopped eating sugar. I stopped with the carbs. Like, I took it fucking seriously. And I remember in the first 21 days to 3 weeks, I lost 12 kilos, which is crazy. And from there, I just kept going, man, because it was not even about the physical change. It was how good mentally it made me feel. And this is when I met this girl. It was an Irish girl who was doing OnlyFans. And that's how I started slowly getting into the new path of opening my company, Black Dog Management, which, mate, it did change my life. With a lot of hard work, blood, sweat and tears, but mate, greatness is not meant to be easy, you know? Now I help people get sober, get in the best shape they've ever been, get in the best fucking shape mentally also that they've ever been. There is not such a thing like tomorrow. There is only such a thing like now. Tomorrow isn't promised. Yesterday is gone. You keep saying to yourself, oh, next week I stop and then you keep lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. The only one you're fooling is yourself. You know, people around you don't give a fuck what you say. The change starts in you and it starts now.
Welcome back to Not Guilty TV. Today we've got another fantastic guest, my brother in Dubai, Aman Hassani. How are we doing, my brother?
Let's go. It's a pleasure to be here with you, Chris, my brother. Not Guilty TV, killing it, showing everybody that is possible. You know, for all the grafters out there that think, you know, the streets are cool and that. Let's not lie. The streets are cool, but when shit hits the fan and gets real, it's not that cool. You know what I mean? And times change, so we need to adapt, become better and better every day. So here we are, brother, giving a bit of wisdom for the youth out there.
Yeah, indeed. So for someone so young, you've had an unbelievable journey so far, man. You've really been to the edge, been to the depths, and obviously managed to turn it around and become successful at a young age, now living in Dubai, killing it legitimately. So I want to try to explore all that if possible, my brother.
Of course.
Tell me, when did you move to Spain then, in Port Banús? How did all that start then?
Brother, I was, so you get to know me a little bit. I'm originally Iranian, Persian, but I was born in Marbella, Spain. So you could say that basically, being absolutely honest, I learned how to ride a bicycle in the streets of Puerto Banús. So I believe that somehow also, you know, made me want to be in a certain way, you know, seeing a certain lifestyle since we was kids, you know, let's say luxury cars, gangsters and all this, even though I'd say that right now it's gone down a lot to what it was before. I think in general, you know, everywhere, the whole criminal life is also gone a little bit to shit. There is no morals, there is no respect like there used to be. But to your question, you know, I was born in Marbella, Spain, so I've been my whole life in Marbella until I actually moved here to Dubai. I used to live back and forth in the UK also. I have my family down in London, Edgware Road. I have my family up in Leeds, Bradford, Leeds. So yeah, but most of the time I've been in Marbella, Spain.
Okay, so Marbella and Port Banús is a brilliant place to grow up, and it's obviously beautiful, luxury. but it's also a difficult place. It's a place where you need lots of money. So it's obviously a brilliant place if you're rich or if you're a gangster or do all of these sort of things. But if you're not, it's quite a difficult place to live, to survive. And when you've got all these temptations around you, it's hard, surely.
I mean, it is. It can be hard, or we can. What I used to personally do is I used to use this as my motivation to become better and earn money, even if maybe we didn't use the most orthodox ways, put it that way. But definitely, it gave me ambition and it gave me a vision of what I wanted in life. That's for sure.
Of course. And before you sort of fell into the life of crime, drink, drugs, violence, did you try any legit jobs while you were in?
Absolutely. So I used to. So my mom used to work in a shop. She used to be a manager of a shop that had like antiques and stuff. So I basically, since I was 14, I was always a hardworking man, and I'm still. Even when I've been in life of crime, I was the most hardworking person. That's why I outwork everyone. But since I was 14 years old, I used to unload these trucks that used to come with like massive antiques and stuff. You know what I mean? Like proper heavy bronze fucking figures and stuff. I used to work 12, 16 hours a day, for whatever it was, like 50 euros a day or something. And after this, when I was 17, for a couple of years, 17 till I was 19, I started working as a waiter in some of the good places there, because I speak 4 languages. I speak German, I speak Iranian, I speak English, speak Spanish. So I was a waiter, and, I looked good. I had a good chat with people. People liked me, but truth be said, also, I used to work these jobs mostly to sell bags of cocaine, let's be honest.
Yeah. Indeed. So, obviously, you were doing half the right thing. How did it end up all sort of going wrong and then fully into the life of crime? And did you have these sort of big cousins or older brothers that sort of led the way for you and you sort of followed?
So look, my family in the UK, they are grafters, yeah? But my family in Spain, let's put it this way, my mom and dad are very normal people. We don't come from money. My brothers are in Austria, which is, next to Germany. They are not grafters. They're just normal people. They don't come from money. And let's say, put it this way, like they do settle with, the bare minimum. There's nothing wrong, but I wasn't like that. So when I used to enjoy, when I started working as a waiter, I kind of did enjoy it at first. Then it just comes, one day I said, you know what, I'm not cleaning anyone's fucking dirty plates anymore. Do you know what I mean? Even though like people used to treat me good, and if anybody ever disrespected me while working, I also used to put it on them. Iman's always been Iman. I remember having a couple of like actual physical fights with clients that disrespected me and shit. Like I wouldn't give a fuck. But there's just one day I said, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm better than this. You know what I mean? And I want to earn good money. I always, since I was a kid, I wanted to drive nice cars, have a certain lifestyle. And I realized that, fucking being a waiter wasn't going to take me there.
Of course. And like I said, Port-au-Prince has a reputation for having some of the most dangerous gangsters in the world based there. Yeah. And obviously you're working in the nice restaurants. You must have been serving these sort of people and having conversations with them and thinking, I could do this. There's nothing... I want to be part of this, or I could be involved in this.
Absolutely, yes, that's true. I used to see, people are coming, they're driving nice cars, they're wearing nice watches, they've got nice girls with them. And then, when I actually used to have conversations with some of them, because, like, they liked me also, because I've always been real, you know what I mean? They could see, and, people are having a little bit of a party, they want this, they want that, so I always used to fix things for them. So slowly like this, I started building a little bit of friendship with these guys. So yeah, of course, I used to see them. Sometimes they even invited me out to nightclubs after and stuff. So then you start hanging with them a little bit, and you're like, fuck, I also want to live like this. I also want the nice car. I want the nice watch. It's not even about the material things, because it's also the respect you get when you go to places. You walk into a door, you skip the queue, you walk into a restaurant, they give you that bit of, respect and extra service. That's what it's about at the end of the day, though, isn't it?
Of course. So eventually you've obviously quit your waitering job and gone full-time into the life of crime then.
Absolutely, yeah. So this was actually, I started actually, selling bags of white when I was a waiter. So when came a time that I actually used to just carry it with me while I was working. I had my clients used to come. People didn't know it was me supplying. I used to pretend that I'm calling, my friend or whatever, make them wait for 30, 40 minutes and just pull it out myself. Until, then I started being more open with people, and then people started slowly asking me for other things, bigger things, since I'm fluent and born in Spain also, so I had Spanish contact that could bring certain things to the table, and then I started putting things together, and somehow started paying off. I'm not going to say it was easy, because it was not, See, when me and you spoke about this the other day also, like, people call it fast money, quick money. It's not really that fast, or it's not even that easy, you know what I mean? But when you do it right, it is well paid, that's for sure.
Yeah, of course. But it wasn't just the money that you got. Eventually, you got involved in sort of dangerous situations with the violence and all this sort of stuff. How did this come across? Is this like a territory sort of thing? Postcode, gangs?
Look, I wouldn't say that Marbella, Spain is such a gangland place like let's say UK, for example, is so territorial. People do mix more in Spain, but reality is a lot of people, they pretend to be about that life, but they only sign up for the good times. So what I mean for this is that it was actually, people think they can take the piss and nothing's gonna happen to them, and that was not me. Also, sometimes, since I was kind of new, if you want to put it that way, people try to take advantage of this, so I had to stick it on them. So I always been a explosive person. I always been a strong personality, and I've never hesitated if I had to put it on someone. So people try taking the piss, people try disrespecting, people try to be smart ass, play smart ass, and I always say, you try to fuck me at the beginning, I fuck you at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Step on my toes, I'll stamp on yours. That's it. And talking about infamous characters, you must have come across people like Daniel Kinahan and Marvin Herbert while you were out there. Did you ever brush paths with them?
Yes, I actually worked as a waiter in Daniel's bar. It's called Slanche. It was above the gym, and the only thing I can say is the love and respect, but it's mostly just love that I have for them, is close to no other. Like, really, for me, until today, even if I don't speak to them regularly, I do consider them family. They did help me, like Daniel and the Irish lads have helped me countless times. They knew I was real, and great guys, man, fucking great guys. Like, and not just with me, like, these are, that's the definition of a real gangster, like, that's what people don't understand. People are there in the streets thinking they're big and shit. Like, these people are the best people I've come across ever. I've been in situations where I couldn't pay my rent, which was like, 900,000 euros at the time. I used to go and tell them, oh, see if any of your friends want any packet. I need to pay my rent. I know. He just put a hand in his pocket, gave me 1,000 euros, said, here, son, you're a good kid. Daniel used to give me his Rolexes to go. He said, son, go to the shop, just drop the Rolex for service and shit. This was when I was like 17, you know what I mean? And like this, I'd say I built a very good relation with them. And like we say, real recognized real, even though I wasn't nothing close to their level. But I always showed respect and love. And to me, really, honestly, that's the people I consider family. You know what I mean? Great guys, man. Great guys.
Of course, shout out to Daniel. Big respect to everyone. What about Marv? Did you ever? He must have been a lunatic out there in Spain at that time, because he's a lunatic today.
So when it comes to Marv, man, all I can say is I have sniffed cocaine off his glass eye myself. You know what I mean? So obviously, actually, it was all these lads together. It came to a time like they always used to invite me. After I used to finish working, I used to go out to the clubs with them and stuff. And, they saw I was game also, because, I was always aware. Like, I wouldn't think twice punching somebody in the face. I knew everybody. Like, I didn't give a fuck, you know what I mean? If I had to stab someone, I would. If I had to smash a bottle in someone's head, I would. So, people likes this, let's be honest. So, yeah, with Marv, we had a few good ones in La Sala. Then we've been a couple of naughty places, the bad gaffs and that. So, yeah, it was fun. He's a loony, but he's a good guy, man. Like, I feel like, we connect with these guys because, let's say, regular people won't understand us, but when we are having a conversation, and that, like, we understand, like, you know, this life is about, that's what this life is about, man. You know, people, we go through a lot of stuff that makes us the person we are, makes us maybe not go a little bit crazy, but maybe you gotta be ruthless in this life, you know. And his story is fucking crazy, you know, like he's made blow fucking smoke desire, like it's fucking crazy, you know. So all these things, end of the day, build you into the person that you are, you know. So I'd say he's a loony, but he's also a fucking gangster, you know what I mean? And he has not let any of the situations he's gone through defeat him in life, you know what I mean? He's a G, man. He's a G, man. I've got big respect for Marv also, man. You know, I was actually yesterday talking on the phone with him. Hopefully, we can sit down all together. Like I said to you the other day, I think me, you, and him on a table would be actually good bit of conversation, you know?
This is just the start. We've got big things coming. So
100%.
This is the start of the journey.
100%, brother, 100%.
And someone else you ended up getting really close to that I didn't actually know about, but I've looked into them since you mentioned. There was a guy called Peter Colson. Oh my God, he is incredible. So I'm just reading some articles this morning as well. When he did that robbery, just so you know, it was £8 million. This was in the 70s. This is the equivalent of, I don't know, probably about 100 million today or something like this.
Mate.
And they only ever recovered 500,000. So this guy was a real G. And just so people know, Ray Hill, who's obviously one of the regulars on the channel, he thought Peter was dead, hadn't spoken to him or seen him for 40 years in jail. And we ended up connecting the two of them.
Me and you connected them, yeah. Look, Peter Colson is the biggest G alive. That's the way I can put it. So Peter Colson, I knew him from before, right? So when we was grafting, like we used to actually, we did some jobs together. I didn't know who he was, right? Just this old man who comes and just fucking, you know, we used to do a bit of things with him and that. So the day I walk in jail, it was the second time I walk in jail this time. So I see this old man there, and I think, like, oh, this rings the bell, you know. And he comes to me, he's like, yo, mate, do you not remember me with this and this guy? Drops a couple of names. He's like, oh, fuck, yeah. So we got very close this time in jail. And you know, like what you mentioned about the robbery they did, Peter Colson is the only one that got nicked, right? Peter Colson did 11 years behind the bars, yeah? 11 years behind the door. Never said a word. Never ratted anyone. Like, you cannot... The word gangster defines him to the bone until today. You know, the other day I said to you, we tried to get him on camera, didn't we? What did he say? He said, listen, I never do that. You know, he's gangster till the day he dies. He's now 83 years of age. This man can still box, can still fucking have a good session in the gym. Like, he used to come and train with us. Like, honestly, he fucking can have it, you know? And even one time, so we was in jail this time, so it was COVID, right? So nobody had phones because there was no visits and stuff. So, you know, I had the little screw that used to bring me stuff. Actually, you know, we was very good, even though no one had no drugs, no joints, no phones. Thank God we was able of getting, I had 3 phones. I used to smoke hash all the time, even though now I don't consume anything. But, you know, at the time I used to smoke hash. So I had hash, I had phones. So what happened that people got extremely jealous, you know what I mean? And tried snitching, fucking, you know, tried to get us done. So they never caught us with anything. But one time, it was this little fucking gypsy kid shout in the middle of the fucking inside by the screws, yeah, man's got an iPhone, this, that. So I went in, and the thing is, we actually got the phones like a couple of days before this happened. So I would have gone out just fucking either stab him or fucking snap his jaw. But what would have happened? I would have been taken off the wing. I lose my phones. I lose everything. It was not easy to get. I paid a lot of money for it. So fucking Pete went and fucking snapped his jaw, basically, mate. You know, 81 years of age. Went in, boom, snapped his jaw. Obviously, the kid didn't do nothing. Like, he put him to sleep. He did put him to sleep, yeah. It was fucking 20-something-year-old kid. Pete put him to sleep. Obviously, the screws did nothing because he was big old P, you know what I mean? And everybody backed him up like, oh, no, this fucking kid is suspected in, da-da-da. So what I want to say is a fucking gangster, mate. Peter Colson is definition of a fucking gangster, you know what I mean? Till today, and till the day he does. Actually, you know, I was yesterday speaking to him. Remember my mate that I told you that he's in touch with him? I just called him now. He said, I'm meeting Peter now for coffee. Do you know what I mean? And mates. Like that's
Shout out
you know,
Peter
nowadays.
Coulson. Big
Shout out
respect.
Peter Coulson. Hopefully we'll send this to him. But where I want to go is get half of these motherfuckers out there today that they think they're gangsters and put them 11 years behind the door. They sing like Celine Dion, the son of a bitches. You know, I've seen people, friends of mine, close friends of mine, you know, put it that way, that have done not even 3 years behind bars, and they have said absolutely everything, giving my name out and this. Like, people act like they're gangsters until it's actually time to be a gangster. Problem is, people sign up for the good times. They don't understand, or they don't want to understand that, like everything, like any business that you do, any company that you run, there'll be happy days and there'll be shit days. So you need to know what you're signing up and what's the consequence of what can happen. And in this case, it's jail, it's fucking death, is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. And those sort of old school morals, they've been pretty much lost. There's not many people who have got them these days. Like I said, people like Daniel, maybe, and other people, not that he's involved in anything, but hopefully you can sort of try and convince Peter to eventually obviously do something. But he's proper old school, so
You know, I'd love to.
So we'll see what happens. But
I'd love to.
so that second time you went to jail, what did you end up going to prison for, and how long was it for?
So, look, first time I went to jail was 2019. My daughter was 3 months old, and we was bringing large amounts of hash from Morocco to Spain. We got nicked. And the second time I went in, I am accused, which I'm innocent, but some guy said that they got shot in the legs and also in his balls. One guy has lost his balls. Somebody, they say it's me, but actually wasn't. I'm absolutely fucking innocent, and God knows this, and I know I would walk away from it because God always does the right thing. But basically, some kid got his legs smoked and his balls smoked. Now he doesn't have testicles anymore, and they said it was me. It wasn't, but hey, it's what it is, isn't it? You know, this life is like this. So one thing for me is, listen, I don't care. Like, even, I would never rat anyone, even if I've got a problem with it. Like, I don't speak to police. You know what I mean? Like, police, I don't speak to them. Like, because see, when they stop me, like, oh, they catch me a year later anyway, because they couldn't find me. They said I was on the run, but I was just living in a different place. But when they catch me, they're saying, oh, we know this person done this and that. So they just trying me to go against them and say, oh, they did this or they sold whatever, you know. I just don't know this guy. You know what I mean? I don't know why the fuck I'm getting involved in this. They caught me in a hotel with my girlfriend at the time. That's how they caught me. It was fucking fun because I had the biggest suite in the hotel. It was a big spa hotel. And so truth be said, it was great times because I remember I only made 130 grand a few days before. Yeah, something very good happened. So I made 130 grand profit. And I was a little bit, let's put it that way, we were celebrating with my girl. So we had the biggest suite of the hotel, jacuzzis and that. So next day, we walked down to the buffet. I was going to go to the spa. I remember I'm fucking opening my bun. This thing I know, I look up. Fucking attempted homicide, these boots on my face, they're stamping on my head. And all I was saying, hey, I'm fucking innocent, guys. What the fuck's this all about? You know, they were pretty. So the officer who caught me, which was like, you know, the homicide boss, whatever, Tito, his name. He's not a bad guy, but you know, he's a bit of a prick. He said, I've been looking for you everywhere. I've been stopping a lot of cars thinking it's you. You made me work a lot. Now you will get more time than mentioning some people who's actually killed a man. You know what I mean? And it was true. I did more time than this guy. You know what I mean? Because I walked in jail and this man was one cell next to me. The guy also, he was also my friend that accidentally killed someone in a party. You know what I mean? And he actually ended up walking away before me. You know what I mean? Walked out before me. But like I said, man, you know, we have this, I consider myself, and that's why I get along so good with guys like, you know, old school guys, Pete, Daniel, whatever, you know, let's say people who has morals and values and they are really about the gangster life. You know what I mean? Because I never, ever fucked nobody that didn't deserve. I never snitched. Like, these things are not these are days are not possible for me. It's not in my vocabulary. You know what I mean? They do not exist. There's no possibility of that.
Yeah, of course. So the second time you ended up serving a little bit of time, and while you were behind bars, you must have started thinking about, right, surely I could do something legitimate. I could have been in a worse situation. I could have been doing 20 years. You must have been thinking about other options. I know you started taking your training really serious. Obviously, you're in insane shape today. That was the start where you started taking it seriously, wasn't it, when you were behind bars?
Yes, so I was 115 kilos of fucking pure fat, right? So I used to make good money. This was before I went in the first time. I used to make fucking good money. Like, people used to come into my home, and I used to live in a sick gaff. Like, sick penthouse. Like, you know, fucking luxury as fuck. People used to walk in my home and be like, you know, big. Like, I used to work a lot with, like, Scousers and that. You know, I'm very, very close to them. I identify with them because, you know, they're game. You know what I mean? Irish, Scousers. Like, you know, people who are fucking, at the end of the day, people have different codes. I never got along so much with Spanish guys. You know, I was always with English people, my family and that. So people used to walk in my home and be like, whoa, how old are you, lad? Do you know what I mean? I'm like, lad, I'm fucking 23. Like, fucking hell, bro. You're doing good for yourself. And I was, but I was 115 kilos of pure fat. I never worked out. So, okay, I used to make money, but many other areas of my life were lacking. And first time I went to jail, I remember thinking to myself, because I had a phone, right? I had a phone in jail. I used to also work from there. And I used to say things like, oh, mate, I'm not that bad here, you know? My family misses me. They're not going to kick my door in because I'm already in jail. I'm fucking working. I'm still making money. Everybody misses me and loves me, yeah? So it cannot get any worse, but it can. Because one day, like actually Christmas Day, 25th of December, for no reason, somebody snitched that I was having phones and doing certain things. Screws opened my door. And they're like, Hassani, you go in Spanish, they say conducción. I didn't even know what the fuck that was. Like, what the fuck's conducción? No, you're going to a different jail. And you know, we was comfortable. Like, we had the screws on lock, right? So I was like, listen, I ain't going anywhere. Like, I'm getting bailed soon because I'm still here on preventivo. They say, you know, you're not sentenced. I said, mate, I'm not going anywhere. Your paperwork's are wrong. I used to say to the guy, listen, go and fucking do your whole, check the papers. I ain't going anywhere. The guy's like, okay, I'm going to go check. So he goes back. He comes back out like, Hassani, like, this got nothing to do with me, you know? It's like, this is coming from above. Like, but at 5 p.m., you're leaving. I'm like, nah. I'm like, where am I going? They sent me to a maximum security jail in Huelva, which is 20 minutes from Portugal, which is, listen, us, like, man, grafters, like, I don't care. I can be anywhere in the world. I can sleep in the street, which I have also. But we have family and people that care for us. So for me, it was not the same that my wife at the time and my 6 months old kid then traveled 30 minutes to see me behind a fucking dirty glass and now have to travel 6 hours and 6 hours back. So what they did, like, this day really changed a lot in me, and not especially this time. That's not what made me want to change my life. That actually made me so fucking angry that all I was doing, like, I had all these, they call it jefe de seguridad. So it's like, say, the boss of the screws, yeah, like boss of security. I had his address, I had his car, I had pictures of him going in and out his home. Like, I was going to smoke this guy. But then, you know, so I started thinking, like, you know, everything happens for a reason. But really, they did fuck me because I said, you know, they really putting me through a lot of pain when I was actually putting money in their pockets, the son of a bitches. You know what I mean? Because they corrupt as fuck. You know, fuck it. I say it here. They can suck my dick. They're corrupt as fuck. And then when it was not good for them anymore, for no reason, on Christmas Day, sent me to fucking Huelva, maximum security. So I remember walking into this new jail, and I remember walking in and thinking, before the door opened, I'm thinking, you know what, mate, this will be like any other yard. You know, I'll find a phone, I'll find some hash. I didn't, you know, like, that was really fucked. You know what I mean? Like, pure fucking. And they put me in a wing. So they send me, their excuse to send me was that I'm jihad. Yeah, like fucking terrorist. And then, you know, so I was in the yard with all the Irish lads, the Scousers, friends of mine. Everybody was saying to the screws, like, what the fuck? This kid's eating the whole fucking ham and fucking all pork is in the yard. He's eating it. Because I was, at the time, okay, now I'm a Muslim, yeah, but before I wasn't. I eat jamon serrano, fucking lomo, and all this shit. I was eating this all day long. So they were like, you know, it was all a bit of a joke. So I walk into this yard, and this jail is full of fucking, rapists, fucking shit people and nobody likes. They call it jail for like refugiados. Refugiados is the people that they're not accepted in any motherfucking jail. You know what I mean? You cannot be in any yard. You are just the last piece of shit that anywhere you go, your face gets slashed, and they put me in there. So I remember speaking to the fucking, and worse than this is that these people in these type of wings, they were treated with more benefits than us drug dealers. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I remember speaking to the fucking workers in there in the wing, saying, "Why the fuck have I been sent here, put in a wing with fucking rapists and people who's burnt their home with their wife and kids inside? Like, I'm not like them." And their answer was like, "No, you know what? Here we're all the same." And they even had more benefits than me. What the fuck is this? Some sort of joke? I am not the same as these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And then since I missed my family so much, I read all these massive fucking books about, and I used to write letters every time of why what they did to me was illegal. They had no proof. By law, I have to be the closest jail to my family because I'm not sentenced, blah, blah, blah. They don't listen to nothing. Once you're in the Spanish system, laws don't exist. You're just a number. They do whatever they want with you. So this maximum security jail, that's where I really, when I look at it now, it was a very good lesson. Why? Because I learned to be alone, to enjoy being alone, which made me much stronger. And also because I did not speak to anyone. Like, people used to call me the Iranian. Like, they used to say the Iranian, like, careful with the Iranian, is quiet. I always used to wear a hat, you know what I mean? I always had my little thing covering, how you call this, which one is cold and you wear this, not the mask.
Balaclava.
Not balaclava, it's the other thing, like,
snood, whatever they call it.
Yeah, that's it. Not such a thing as a ballet. It's just a thing you put in your neck, round your neck. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
put it up.
I know.
So I always had this. Like, I barely showed my face, and mate, if anyone just said anything, like, I didn't like speaking to these guys. Like, I directly would punch them in the face. So people used to carry the shitty knives in there and shit. Like, listen, they can suck my dick. Like, I used to have my a can inside the sock. I used to just carry this everywhere. So if I go to the shower, so I started having a bit of ag with some Moroccans because, they didn't serve a lot of chicken there. So I used to get up and say I was Muslim, that I wasn't at the time. So I used to get up, since I have an Arabic name, I used to get up for the Muslim diet, you know what I mean? Because it was a lot of chicken. So then I used to open a pack of ham at the same time that I'm eating the Muslim diet. So, the guys were getting pissed, talking shit. So sometimes they try to come with these shitty little fucking razors and stuff. So I was just hitting with the sock directly in the head. Bam. I used to go to the showers. I put my gel, I put my stuff, I put my can and the sock over there. A couple of times these guys came with that shitty little fucking wobbling knives, and directly I just hit him with this in the head. You know what I mean? For me, it was just fun. But what I mean is, I didn't speak to nobody. It was a very small gym there, which was like, mate, like, I'm not being funny, like 10 square meters. Like, it was nothing. Like, just a small fucking square. There was no dumbbells. There's a couple of bars that everything was welded together. So, because we couldn't, obviously nobody would hurt no one with it. We used to train with bottles of water and, just all fucking body workouts and stuff. So there's where I started actually to change my body. I started walking around the yard. I stopped drinking Coca-Colas. I stopped eating sugar. I stopped with the carbs. Like, I took it fucking seriously. And I remember in the first 21 days to 3 weeks, I lost 12 kilos, which is crazy.
No.
And from there, I just kept going, man, because it was not even about the physical change. It was how good mentally it made me feel. And I also like to stay hungry, like not eat, because we developed this thing. This was not there. This was in Malaga before they sent me there. But, when you're hungry, all you think is, I'm hungry, But when you eat, you start missing your family. You start missing your kids. You start thinking about all this. So I was like, I'll just stay hungry. So all I think is I need to eat. The minute I eat, I start like, oh, my wife, oh, my kids, oh, they're far, oh, my mom, oh, this and that. So I stayed fucking hungry. I was fucking outworking everyone to the point that even the screws were saying, sometimes they used to come and speak to me. It's like, Hassani, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking okay. It's like, we see you don't speak to no one. They understood also because they put one time a junkie in my cell. And I said to the screw, I said, listen, I'm not taking this guy in the sauce. So the guy, this guy taking pills, they cut themselves. So I smashed his head in the first night, smashed his head in, and I was basically gonna fucking cut his throat off with a tuna can, you know what I mean? The thing when you take a thing off. I was just fucking gonna cut his throat off, and they moved him out the next day. So they knew to not put these junkies in my cell. They knew I was a lonely guy, but I was a disciplined guy. I used to, it was not normal to be normal. You know what I mean? So I was the strange guy because I was normal. You know what I mean? It's all fucking junkies, like next level junkies. You know what I mean? So all I did was train, eat good, train, smash people. But again, it was all because of my mental health. And that's even until today why I train.
So getting sent to the maximum security jail sounds like it actually turned out to be a good thing for you. Because you're able to, when you're on the wing with all the boys all the time and you're smoking weed all the time.
Yeah, bro, listen, when I walked in the wing in Malaga, it was fucking jokes. So this is me walking the first time in my life in jail. I think you don't know what to expect, do you? You know what I mean? You've never been, you're not thinking that it's like fucking boarding school. You know, as I'm walking, I'm like, okay, see how this is gonna go now. So the screw tells me, you're gonna be in the room with the most calm guy in the wing. And I'm like, okay, this doesn't sound good. You know what I mean? I thought it was messing. So everyone goes up and I'm standing there. And I say, so where is he? He said, no, your partmate works in the kitchen. He's going to come, da. So he comes and he's my mate, like my proper mate. There's an Irish lad. You know what I mean? He's like, yes, lad, I saw you from far. What the fuck are you doing here? I told this crew to come in my room, da. Like, So the first day I walked in there, I was in the pad with my mate. I had a phone. I was smoking better hash than we were smoking in the streets. You know what I mean? We had proper coffee shop hash. Like we had everything there. In Malaga, I had that. My mom used to pass food to the screws at the same time as phones, drugs, and everything. I used to eat my mom's food, McDonald's, whatever I wanted. So it was definitely a good thing. So look, everything, the way I see things now, whatever happens, any challenge is positive. It's the way you face it. Maybe at the time, okay, it was very hard, and now I definitely have a different vision. Now, for example, even if I get hit by life, I directly say, okay, this is a challenge, I got something to learn. Maybe at the time it wasn't, but of course, any hard situation or any traumatic situation, it just makes you grow as a person and makes you a better person. Again, this depends a lot also on who you are and how you do things, because I also had the opportunity of, fucking getting, I don't know, maybe I could have been lost or come out worse than I was, take too much pills and all these things. So I didn't, I personally didn't. I made a good thing out of it, of course.
Fair play to you. So like you said, you had a lot of time on your own as well, isolated, so it's given you a little bit of time to think as well. You're sober, you've come out of jail or prison, I don't know what they call it there, but unfortunately you're thinking, I don't really know any other way of doing stuff. You ended up having a little scare straight away, or pretty much shortly after, having to isolate yourself further, and that sort of allowed you to hit rock bottom to really see reality and then decide you really want to make change. Talk to us about that process.
Absolutely. Well, this was after actually the second time. First time I went in jail, I thought I was more clever than anybody else. So the second I came out, I went back to the same life. And again, I also thought I was the shit because I've been in jail, that, you know what I mean? So somehow, again, I had this problem where police was looking for me. Fucking, the guy said that I blew his legs off, whatever. And this was shit again because I was miles away from home. It was the same, it was like I was isolated in a home. I was hiding in this house in a fucking village, which was like 4 hours away from home. All the people I loved, their phones were being listened to. I could not see my daughter. I could not see no one. So it was basically, I've been in a luxury jail. I was basically on my own in a big villa doing the same shit. So again, this was really traumatic. And again, anyway, I got arrested, like I said, year after in this hotel with my girl, blah, blah, go back to jail. So this time that I'm back in jail, this was again, I was in Malaga. So there I was already, I had my training on point and this, but I didn't look nothing like this. because obviously this is also a consistency, you know what I mean, that adds up. I never, people talks to me today, it's like, oh, are you a bodybuilder, are you this? I'm fucking not, man. I just train because of my mental health, to be honest. But every day I kill myself more. So people sees me and they're like, oh, mate, you look bigger. How the fuck can I look smaller when I just keep training? You know what I mean? Like, if I look smaller, it means I'm doing less. And that's just not in my vocabulary. So I go inside again, and this time I realize, I'm like, you know what, mate? Like, this way of thinking I have is fucking stupid, man. So, like, my daughter doesn't want. I used to think, oh, as long as I have money, it's cool. My daughter doesn't want money, mate. My daughter wants to sit down and paint my nails. My daughter wants to sit down and fucking play teapots. You know what I mean? They want time. Of course, money is important, but they want time. And also, I would say that peace of mind is the new gangster. Because, mate, times have changed. The police has unlimited resources to fucking listen to us and be ahead of us. You know what I mean? Like, they know everything before it fucking happens. You know what I mean? So, I started thinking, like, I actually might have to find something else. But I didn't know any better. So even this time, when I came out, I kind of tried doing the same thing again. But it was not working. God was sending me a message. So this second time that I went in jail, that's how I found God. This was a very eye-opening thing for me. So first time I went to jail, I used to pray to God and say, oh, God, please. I wouldn't say I was believing in any religion now, even though right now I do like Islam, and every day I'm closer to it. But I used to just pray to God every day, please, God, if you get me out of this, blah, blah. God gave me what I was asking for. I came out, I forgot about him. Never say thank you, God. So I was only thinking of God and going to God when times were bad. I never think about him when it was good times, or when actually gave me what I was asking for. So this second time, same story. Please, God, if you get me out. Please, God, if you get me out. Got me out. I forgot again. Again, I get caught with a gun on me in the street when I had previous offense for this. Everything looked, and the police was pretty happy of catching me because they know me by my name. Like, every single fucking police in Marbella knows by my name. Hey, you man, fucking know, you just come out. So, hey, you're gonna enjoy now. They were saying it's Friday, chicken, your favorite day. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, fucking send me that. But this time, I was in the cells and I was going to jail again, third time. And mate, this was like a week after I just come out. Like, I just come out, you know what I mean? But again, I'm strapped, I'm doing this, because mate, I'm a person, like, I'm not gonna say like, oh, you need to be strapped, but I played gangsters the proper way, you know what I mean? Like if I was deep in. So anyway, I get caught, and somehow again I'm in the cells, and again I'm praying to God, God, please. And this minute I went like, you little son of a bitch, you're always only praying to God when things are wrong, and when God actually gives you everything you're asking for, which he has, you don't even thank him. So you deserve to be in this situation. So this day I said, God, if you actually do help me and get out of this, I promise I will quit the life and I will always be grateful. And mate, he did. I got away with it when no one fucking believed I was gonna get away with it. Like, even me, like, man, there's no way. Like, I couldn't. I just committed the same offense where I was in for attempted homicide. Okay, I'm still innocent, but I was in for attempted homicide and fucking gun charges and shit. I just get caught with a gun a week after I come in. I come outside. So, fucking, I'm out. So this time I went out, and since this day, mate, every day I wake up, I say first, thanks to God. Thank you. And I'm sure you have seen now my Instagram, like, okay, now I'm in a point, like, I'm highly connected with God. Like, first thing I do in the morning, first I meditate, I write on my journal, I thank God for everything. And mate, doesn't matter how bad you think things are, there is always someone who would love to switch places with you, mate, So always have to be grateful. So since this day, I started thanking God. And then since I started thanking God, I started connecting so much. God was telling me that I still tried to graft, yeah, but nothing was working out. God was really sending me a message, was saying to me, like, if you keep going, you're going to end up dead, you're going to go back to jail. So maybe we was, some whatever deal was happening, and mate, like last minute, like I see my mates getting nicked in front of me, and I just literally, my ass gets saved by seconds. Like it was literally, God was talking to me, saying, look, this is what's gonna happen. You see it in front of you, like your mates getting nicked, your this guy's getting killed, like shit was hitting the fan, like nothing was working out. I was not making money, I was only seeing problems in front of me, really, and I understood the message. So then I said, okay, how the fuck am I gonna escape this? And this is when I met this girl. It was an Irish girl who was doing OnlyFans, which I didn't know what the fuck it was, mate. Like, I wasn't a techie guy. And even still today, I can't say I'm a techie guy, but I know a little bit. Like, I couldn't fucking create a Gmail account. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't know nothing. All I knew was fucking sell packs. You know what I mean? And I met this girl, and I see this girl's making fucking a lot of money online. And I'm like, mate, maybe something I can learn here. And that's how I started slowly getting into the new path of opening my company, Black Dove Management, which, mate, it did change my life. With a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, but, mate, greatness is not meant to be easy,
Of course. And so tell us about that process then. Like once you started getting on that path, you ended up getting a mentor, didn't you, initially?
Yeah.
Was that pivotal in your success? In order to teach you the right way to go?
100%.
And who was your mentor?
My mentor, he's a South African guy. So look, mate, I'm now 29 years of age now, yeah? I'm still young. This kid, when I worked with him, he was 22. So, a 22-year-old kid, okay, even though he looks older than me. He's a G. Big up my boy, Slane. But, mate, sometimes you just need to humble yourself, you know what I mean? And
age doesn't matter. Some people could be ahead of us in life.
Exactly.
Start,
So I saw this girl who was making fucking $30,000-$40,000 a month. So when I met her, for me, like OnlyFans and a bras was the same, mate. You know what I mean? I didn't know. So I was like, man, you showing your pussy online and shit? I was thinking like, man, she must be fucking meeting these guys and shagging them and stuff. But little I knew she wasn't, man. She used to fucking lay down on the sofa all day and fucking make loads of dough. And then she used to say to me, oh, I'm gonna work. She used to fucking get dressed and dance in front of the fucking tripod, TikTok and shit. I'm thinking, mate, is this some sort of joke? You know what I mean? So the girls got dough. The girls buying me Louis Vuitton and stuff. I'm their skinned, you know what I mean? Thinking I'm a G, making no money. I'm fucking risking my ass every time I go out of the door. This girl's not moving from the sofa. And she's making $40,000 a month. Like, mate, this is something I need to learn here. So obviously, phones listen to us and stuff. So I started speaking to my mates about this. And, then my mentor started popping up as ads. So I followed him. And I started to see that side of the game. So this guy was making $100,000 plus of this. And he was, obviously posting his journey, showing his results. And I was like, wow. So I have also, in the past, I also had a little bit of I know a lot of girls, and the girls like me, a lot of girls who do, escort work and stuff. And they all like me, let's say they love me because I treat them good. I'm a normal guy. I don't humiliate them, stuff like this. So I started thinking, maybe I could do something here, you know what I mean? But I was in the worst time of my life because God was telling me that criminal life was not for me. So, like every transition in life, anytime you're going to transition, times are going to be hard. So I had no money. I saw myself at times that, man, I've said this in my YouTube videos, like I was stealing food in the supermarket. Like I went to steal fucking pizzas and shit because I can easily go to my mom's house and always get fed. But I was embarrassed as a 27-year-old man go and say, hey, I cannot fucking do food shopping. Like what the fuck's wrong? You know what I mean? So I used to go into the supermarket. Like I was really in the worst fucking time of my life when it comes financially. But I started looking into it and I started putting things together until I decided that I was going to do this. And how God works, the day I decided I'm going to do this, the day that I signed, I decided, I started, researching and speaking to girls, trying to get them pretending I already knew what I was doing, blah, blah. The day I signed the first 2 models, I'm sat in my mom's fucking terrace smoking a joint. Like, I never forget this, mate. I'm a minus, fuck knows how much money I owe to my mates. I'm sat there smoking a joint. Okay, but see this, yeah? You're in minus, but I never was missing drugs. You understand? So I might have zero dough, but I always have drugs to smoke. See, that's the power of, you know, everything adds up. So see, when you're, all this makes you also, you know where I come from, though. Yeah, so you have nothing, but you do have drugs. So that's how fucked you know what I mean? Anyway,
Bullshit.
this message pops up. Mentorship, da da da. 2 spots open, be quick. Mate, I messaged him. Mate, the messages are here on my phone still, man. Messaged him, hey, how much is it? 5,000 euros. It was 4,900 euros. I said, okay, I'll join tomorrow. I had minus, man. I had zero. You know what I mean? And I owed money to all my mates. So okay, I said, okay, I'll join tomorrow. Give me until tomorrow and I'll join. I sit there scratching my head. I'm like, again, at this time I was all about God and this. I was like, this God again is sending me a message. He's putting everything in place. And this goes like, so many people message me now for my coaching, what I do, yeah? Like now I help people get sober, get in the best shape they've ever been, get in the best fucking shape mentally also that they've ever been. And people message me saying, oh, but I don't have $1,500. I didn't have fucking 5,000 euros. But I knew in order to change my life, I needed to make a fucking effort. So I sat there scratching my head. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to do this? So I sat down with my mother the next day, embarrassed as fuck. My mother knows absolutely everything. So I sat with her. I said, look, Mom, this is what I want to do. I have this opportunity, but it's this much. I showed her everything. And I'll never forget these words. Like, Iman, you really promise me that you will stop the criminal life? Absolutely. What did she do? She gave me the 5,000 euros. Hey, my mother doesn't come from money. You know what I mean? Like, she's just a normal woman that's been working 16 hours a day her whole life. And the rest is history. You know what I mean? Like, she gave me the money. I started working with my mentor. I am the best student he's ever had because I outworked everyone. Like, mate, I used to work 20 hours a day. I'm not exaggerating. 20 hours a day. I used to work myself, sleep 4 hours, get back up, work. Like, I put myself in front of this fucking wall. And I remember saying, I will not see anyone. I will not go anywhere until I make my business work. Today, I see people who contact me for coaching stuff. Oh, I want to buy a rollie. I want to buy a car. You're already doing it wrong. You're already thinking of the outcome. You're not enjoying the journey. You're already thinking what you're going to do when you get the money. You're not thinking of, okay, I'm in a point where I need to work and make the money.
Yep, indeed. So it's absolutely incredible, the journey you've been on, and I can only applaud you for doing it. But one thing that is very important that I want to sort of highlight to the people is when you got into this, you had zero knowledge. You had zero knowledge of technology. But the things that made you succeed was no one's going to outwork you. And the other thing that you did as well that was really good that I heard you talked about in your videos, you were never scared to ask questions. And you hadn't paid for the mentorship not to ask the questions. You had someone who's there willing to. Yeah. So you've got to, don't worry about sounding stupid. Ask the questions, get the knowledge, and then you can move forward.
Absolutely.
And you're the shining illustration of you're his number one student. You went into it with nothing. And this is literally all through your desire to learn, asking the questions, and hard work. If you work harder than anyone, eventually you're going to overtake everyone.
Look, discipline and consistency beat talent every single time. You might be the most talented guy in something, and that might be your biggest curse, because then you think you're the shit, you're good at it, and you don't need to work. And then someone like me comes who might be an absolute fucking donkey, but he's not scared of putting the extra work. The same when I was in jail, mate. I used to train and I used to do everything extra more than anyone. And somebody like me comes and just outworks you because he's willing to give 110%. And you're sitting there thinking you're the shit, or people just wants to go and socialize with their friends, and do this and do that. I didn't, mate. You know what I mean? I don't care. See, when people says to me, I'm only going to work 6 hours, 8 hours. What you mean you're going to work 6 hours, 8 hours? Entrepreneurship this is not about, if you want to go work a 9 to 5 and stay poor your whole life. You know what I mean? You need to be willing to put the extra work. You need to be willing to work more than anybody else. At the same time, your only competition is yourself. Fuck where he is. Fuck how much he's making. Look at your own shoes. Simple. And that's it, man. I was always a very disciplined and consistent guy. And I still live by those rules. And I'd say, mate, every time I do a little more. Like me, see me, like, you know, I wake up at 4 a.m. every day. Between 4 and 4:30, I wake up every day. 90% of the times my alarm don't go off and my eyes are open before that.
Of course, it's all about that discipline. So like I said, eventually you create your agency, you start getting more and more girls on board, start becoming more and more successful. Obviously, you're looking great as well, so you're a good poster boy for the company as such. You're building your social medias. So eventually you started making good money then, I'm guessing, and building your sort of presence in the industry.
Man, I started to kill it, basically, and in 7 months time. So in my first month, I did $9,500, which is crazy.
That's fucking good.
With zero knowledge, with zero money to invest also. Zero money to invest, okay? Because it's like every business, you need to invest in promos and promote the girls and stuff. Zero money to invest, completely organically. $9,500 in the first month. So in 7 months, I did $1.5 million. It's crazy. It's so crazy that they called me from Spanish TV and they gave me a fucking award, right? On fucking Spanish TV. So I pull up in Madrid into this fucking event with all fucking people from television and that. Everybody's like, who the fuck's this guy? You know what I mean? And I'm there, you know, I have a load of bitches with me. I got loads of bottles. Everybody was thinking, who the fuck's this man? But yeah, again, this is the result of outworking everybody. And from there, it just was a bigger even of a boom. Because from there, let's say, famous faces of Spanish TV started approaching me. And mate, the rest is history, you know, because then work became pretty easy, if you want to put it that way, because it's not the same to promote a girl that has no following and you have to do all the work than to promote a girl who has 500,000 followers or 1 million followers. Fucking easy, to be honest. So work started to get easier. Money also started to come in much easier and in larger amounts. And the way I see it is that was the gift that God gave me because of my hard work.
Of course, well done. And so what's your agency called then, man?
Black Dove Management. But Black Dove Management right now, so Black Dove Management, it is still active, but I am selling the company. I'm in the process of selling the company now because, you know, I'll forever be grateful, but you know, it's getting a bit dark, so I'll take these off. So I'll forever be grateful, but now I'm on a different path, Chris, my brother. I'm on a different path because, so even though, say the company, I did help people, right? Because I did actually take these girls off. Some of them were escorts. Some of them also didn't fucking make money. You know what I mean? They just had very regular lives. But I actually did change their lives to better. But now I'm in a point that, you know, like I told you, I would like to go deeply into Islam. And I feel like that's it. You know what I mean? Like, it's enough. So now, what I'm doing now is, through my life experience, which is a lot, I am helping people to change their lives. You know, how many kids are out there who think still being a criminal is cool? Come on, you know, you're in the UK, man. Knife crime has gone crazy. Everything's absolutely insane. And they think this is cool. And it's not, mate. You know, you're gonna end up dead. You're gonna fucking end up in jail. Your family is gonna suffer. People that love you is gonna suffer. So what I'm doing now, it gives me much more of a, I'm not gonna say a reward, because at this stage I don't even do it for the money anymore. But it makes me much happier. You know, I feel more complete doing what I'm doing now. So helping people lose weight, become the best version of themselves. Leave the fucking bad thoughts, you know, get in the right state of mind. And these habits, the small habits and the small details matter a lot, you know. Waking up at a certain time, eating a certain type of food, working out, staying away from drugs, no alcohol, no shit friends, no fucking shit places, you know, it becomes a spiral of fucking success. So how this started is, you know, when I started getting fit, friends of mine came to me actually asking, oh, can you train me? And this, I've never been a personal trainer, and even until today, I would not consider myself a personal trainer. I'm more like a life trainer because it all starts in the mind, you know. So they were like, oh, how much I need to train in order to get like this. Like, mate, this is not about the body and the training. It's all in the mind. It's the habits. It's the lifestyle. Yeah. Doesn't matter how much you train. If then you go in and you're killing yourself, you're taking drugs, you're fucking putting a lot of alcohol in your body. You know what I mean? So this what I'm doing now. Born for This is called, my community is called Born for This because I believe that I was born for this, born to help people. This is really now giving me a feeling of fulfillment that I've never felt before.
No, I respect it. And like I said, I came across you by chance on YouTube, and you've only just started on YouTube. But when I hear someone talking properly and spitting the truth and spitting facts, I instantly connected. And like I said, you're not someone who's been to top universities or anything like this.
I'm a dropout, man. I'm a biggest dropout. You know what I mean? Like I used to. Hey, don't get me wrong. You see, my mother, for example, she worked 16 hours a day, and she tried putting me in the best schools. You know, people was a bit racist and shit. I used to just punch everybody in the face. You know, I was a bit of an angry kid. Let's say my situation at home wasn't the best with mom and dad. You know what I mean? It was not a lot of, you know, it was not harmony and shit. But again, all this built me into this monster beast that I am today, and just become better and better. If you see the kids I used to go to school with in the same class, and you put them next to me, like we look like completely from different worlds. You know what I mean?
No, but I really respect it, brother. And the fact that you did work a dropout means that I think you will appeal to a lot more people.
Absolutely. I'm not going to lie.
There's a lot of people that were doing the wrong thing like yourself as well, who don't think there's any other option, don't think they can do anything else.
This is why.
Change the product. Go legit. Use that same hustle, that same gangster mindset, and go legit. Change the product. Choose a different product. Hustle it.
Us gangsters, mate, are the best entrepreneurs. If we can run an illegal business, if we can sell drugs, if we can run the streets, we can run anything, mate. I tell you like this. We have potential, we have capacity, and we have the brains to deal with a team, organize a team. We have it all, mate. You know what I mean? And it's not just me who says it. You know, there's big Elon Musk says it. You know what I mean? Like, and to all people who might watch this and think, you know, being a gangster is the way, or the streets are the way, or hurting people is the way, deep down they know it's not. Deep down they know it's not going to take him anywhere. So that's exactly what I'm here for, man, to teach new ways of not only making money, but to make money a consequence of the person you are. I don't even think about the money anymore. Hey, people just contact me, like today. This gentleman contacted me and threw fucking $10,000 into my face. He says, oh, every time when you open your mouth, I feel like God is talking to me. I've never seen no one so genuine. Here, I want to buy a whole yearly plan with you. It just comes because I don't focus on the money. You know, when you're in the streets, you're focusing on the money and what you're going to do. It's all bad vibes as well because, you know, it's not the best ways of doing it. So the same way it comes, it goes. When you're not focusing on that, when you're helping people and actually giving a result, it just flows into you, man. So to all of you guys who are watching this, internet era is here. Like, money's in the internet. Like, the fucking 80s and 70s are done. You know what I mean? It's not the Goodfella times anymore. It's not the fucking Godfather times anymore. It's finished. There's so many ways of making money. It becomes a fucking game looking at these numbers going up in your screen. You know what I mean? And it's relatively easy. Let's be honest. It's easy. It's easy when you put the work.
Of course. Well, shout out to you. Like I said, you're the perfect example for your mentoring and coaching. You're living proof that it does work.
Yeah.
And so eventually you've ended up moving to Dubai. Why have you moved to Dubai?
I moved to Dubai because I want to give a proper future for my family. So I have a daughter. My daughter is now 5. And everything I do in this life now is for her. So let's be honest, mates. Where we are from in Spain, the government does not help you much. They rip you off with the taxes. They are terrible guys. They just that I'd say that's the definition of mafia, if you want to put it that way, mate. They come, they take half of your shit, they bring nothing to the table, and if you don't pay them, they fuck you. But you cannot do that, because if I do that to a different person, if I come into your home and rob you and take your shit, I go to jail. But you come and take half of my shit that I'm working hard for. If I don't pay you, you fuck me. You know, so that's the definition of mafia for me. I would never get a mortgage there. I'll never get an opportunity of buying homes. So the main reason I'm here, it's not only because it's the safest place in the world, the fastest growing place in the world. For me, it's the most beautiful place in the world too. But the opportunities for networking, investment, and growth are unreal, mate. You know what I mean? Like, there is no place like Dubai. I achieve great things here every single day. I open myself new doors. And, you know, real estate is fucking booming. You know what I mean? And it's so easy, and they make your life easy. Here, they find solutions. They welcome you. In Europe, they don't.
Of course. And so talk to me about your plans then, and your ambitions for your sort of personal brand and the coaching and Born for This and the mentoring. Where's it going to go? Talk to me about what you're hoping to do the next year, and then sort of moving forward from there.
I'm honest with you, bro. I am just taking one day at a time. Like I say, I don't focus on the result. I just enjoy the journey. And every day that I just enjoy the journey, I wake up to lovely messages of people saying that I'm changing their lives, that, you know, I'm getting a result because of my programs and stuff. And, you know, the rest is history. Like, I help people to build their personal brand. They start to monetize of this. So once you get clean, you know, everybody's different. Like, some people will quit drugs, another person will quit alcohol, another person will, you know, start controlling his emotions. And then I teach them to monetize this that they have gone through. You know, see for example, today, this man was an alcoholic. He's quit, and now we're building his personal brand, and he's going to teach others how to do the same. Because the reality is also, sadly, we are in an era that a lot of people selling courses, and they sell shit that they don't even know how to do. I am a man who thinks in order to give a product or service, you need to actually master it first. I would never sell something or give an information where I'm not a professional in. That's why people trust me. That's why you can smell the bullshit when you speak to someone, or you can see when someone knows what he's talking about only by speaking a few words, you know. So me, I'm a person that I don't open my mouth if I don't know what I'm talking about. I sit down and listen and learn. And if I open my mouth, it's because I clearly know what I'm talking about.
Of course, like I said, I could see you're the real deal. That's why I reached out to you in the first place. Even though you had a small YouTube channel, I could see that your spitting facts are going to go far. And that's why, like I said, I could tell that it was, you know what you're about.
It's a pleasure.
But, there's going to be thousands of people that are going to watch this that are going to really like what you're saying, and they want to make a change. But they're taking drugs, they're drinking, they're in bad shape, and they're eating the wrong. What's the first step that for someone, would you say?
You know you are not doing the right thing. You know what you're doing is wrong. You have that voice inside of you that is telling you every single time, this is going to be the last time, I'm not going to do this anymore, blah, blah, blah. Guys, you need to start today. Don't leave shit for tomorrow. The time is now. If you keep leaving things for tomorrow, tomorrow is never going to come. Put yourself in an uncomfortable position for a certain amount of time. The sooner you start, the sooner you reach where you want to be. There is not such a thing like tomorrow. There is only such a thing like now. Tomorrow isn't promised. Yesterday is gone. You keep saying to yourself, oh, next week I stop. And then you keep lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. The only one you're fooling is yourself. You know, people around you don't give a fuck what you say. The change starts in you, and it starts now. Don't be scared. Don't be fucking thinking what other people are going to think of you. Because I used to think, oh, my criminal friends are going to take the piss. No, everybody respects me now. People respect me more than they used before. You know why? Because there's nothing like peace of mind. I can be anywhere I want in the world, and I change people's lives. Peace of mind is the new gangster. Being sober is the new gangster. Feeling good with yourself is the new gangster. That's it.
100% respect that, brother.
Respect, man.
And for people who want to jump on and get some coaching and mentoring with you, where's the best place for them to reach out?
Look, you can send me a DM on Instagram, Iman Hassani, IMMAN, Hassani, HASSANI, on the dash.
Guys,
Also,
all his social media links will be below the description box.
okay,
YouTube,
so we've
Instagram,
got
everything else.
Iman Hassani on the dash. Then we have BFD Iman. I've got 2 Instagram accounts. BFD Iman is my TikTok also, and my YouTube channel, BFD Iman as well. So, you know, I upload the YouTube video every day. Like, see, I was a camera shy. You know what I mean? Like, people's been telling me to do this for years. And I was always, you know, I was like a good old P. You know what I mean? I was like, mate, never I'm going to go on a camera. So, guys, send me a DM on Instagram. You can see all my work. You can see my free content is already helping people. And these people reaching out to me saying they are changing their habits through my free content. So if you want to join the program, you only have to send me a DM. I'll have a little chat with you. It's always me responding my DMs. I have no VAs or any of this shit. I like to deal with people personally. I like to know who I'm working with. I also do not accept everyone in my coaching because I don't do this for money. If I see you're not serious about your goals or you're going to be taking the piss, I'm not interested. So, yeah, you can contact me on Instagram. You can contact me on email, imanblackdoveceo@gmail.com. I'm always answering. Like, mate, you see when you message me, I replied in minutes. Like, I always have my phone. I don't act busy. I have hundreds of messages, and all I do every day is just answer my messages, and I give my life to my people. You know what I mean? Because that's what makes me feel good. I love to see them change. I love to see them having results. That's all, man.
And how much does your mentoring plans cost? Is it like a monthly or a yearly rate? And can you give us a special offer that we can offer to the viewers?
100%, 100%. We have different plans, okay? So we have yearly plans, which are $9,999. Then we have monthly plans, which are $1,499. We have 3 months plan, which is $3,750. We have 6 months plan, which is $6,750, if I'm not wrong, or 6,000, yeah, something like this. So, you know, and then I have the basic plan, which is only fitness and nutrition, which starts at $400, $399 a month. But the private elite born for this group is where you are dealing one-on-one with me every day. Everything is absolutely personalized for you, and me and you will be building your personal brand until we make sure you start monetizing.
Incredible. Guys, if you mention Not Guilty TV to him, I'm sure he'll sort you out a special deal.
100%. We only have to mention Not Guilty TV and we'll make a special discount. We give maybe a free month or we'll do something. If you come from my boy Chris, definitely we will sort something out, 100%.
Well, like I said, man, I'd like to really thank you for your time today. This has been incredible. And like I said, this is just the start. This is chapter 1 and you sharing your journey, sharing your story with the audience. And there's going to be lots of stuff moving forward and hopefully lots of collabs and all this sort of stuff. So, yeah, it's been incredible, man. I'd like to really thank you for your time today and taking the time out.
Chris, thank you for contacting me. The pleasure is absolutely mine. I know that soon we will meet in person. We will hopefully, you know, we'll sit with Marv also. We'll sit with other guys, if not me and you. We will shoot some fire content. We'll get to know each other and have some good times together. And mate, you know, like you said, this is just the start of something amazing. You see me, I'm always available. I always answer. Like, mate, I don't act busy. You know what I mean? Even I am busy, I don't act busy. You know, people who's acting busy, normally they're fucking broke and they're pretending to be busy. We're not like that. We're all about work. We're all about growth, success. And listen, end of the day, we come from the streets, so we know what we're talking about. We know, we've been there, we've done that. So it's the best people you can be around is someone like me or you in order to achieve the results. We are living proof that it is fucking possible.
Of course. And remember, guys, all his social media links are below. And just to finally cut off, is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to that's helped you on your journey, man? Maybe your mentor, maybe your wife that's helped you, maybe you don't want to reveal their name, maybe anyone you want to give a little shout out to.
My family and friends, they know who they are, man. They always been there. There is some people who've been real as fuck, but the reality is that the road to success, it gets pretty lonely. So don't fucking be offended when people moves away, because you just have to see it as a blessing. I have lost many people along the way, and I have also gained many good friends. But, you know, like I said, everything that happens is a blessing. If your wife leaves you, it was meant to be. If your wife stays, it was meant to be. whatever happens is a blessing. Personally, in my case, I removed a lot of people. My mentor was there. My actual coach also, and my good friend now is like a brother, Wes Watson. I work with him every single day. I appreciate people who are just pushing me to be better. Remove every single person who's not pushing you to be better. You might think this person is your friend because you've known him your whole entire life. If he's inviting you to drink, if he's inviting you to do drugs, if he's inviting you to what you don't want to do anymore, he doesn't love you so much. That's the truth, man.
Of course. Well, like I said, massive shout out to yourself. Massive shout out for taking the time, my brother. Everyone, make sure you go and follow him, and make sure you go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Watch his daily videos as well.
Respect, Chris.
Big respect, my brother, and enjoy the rest of your day and your evening. And I look forward to doing chapter 2, then coming out there and doing stuff with you face to face.
Thank you very much. My home is your home, brother. Anytime. My doors are open for you, for your family, anybody that comes with you, brother. This is your home. Enough said, brother, and there's nothing than love.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Nice one, people.
Till next time. Guys. Keep pushing always. Everything is possible, guys. We was born for this. If you was born for this, there is nothing that's going to stop you. God is with you. Take the challenge. Take a step. Now, let's go.
Fucking wicked, brother. Love it.
Respect.